Hello, my name is Rich Boyer. As the Environmental and Community Relations Manager here at LaFarge Corporation's Whitehall, Pennsylvania cement plant, I'd like to welcome all of you to our facility. LaFarge Corporation is North America's largest diversified supplier of construction materials, including cement, aggregates, and various other materials.
Here we are at the Northampton quarry of LaFarge Corporation, and this is where the cement manufacture process begins. We're now at the rotary crusher. All 250 trucks will come in here, dump in this hopper. The material will move along a steel belt and drop down into the rotary crusher, which is nothing more than a drum with teeth on it. The teeth will be working through a wearing plate, a stationary plate, pinching the rock between the teeth and the stationary plate and crushing it into the size of baseballs. From there, it goes to a hammer mill, a Pennsylvania hammer mill, which is nothing more than a shaft with hammers flinging out on it. It turns at 1,400 RPM, and then the material is pushed through a screen at about 1/4 inch, or 3/4 of an inch, that goes to our silos, which we'll see after this spot here. You're going to see the crushing presently. Again, the size of baseballs. Some of the pieces of rock are the size of small automobiles. Okay, now we've crushed the stone. We put it through a Pennsylvania hammer mill so that the size of it is 3/4 of an inch or less. And we stored it in these silos here. Each silo holds about 4,000 tons of stone. And each silo is designated from a different part of the quarry, so it has its own chemistry. Protects the mill from wearing out. The liner plates wear. You see a little dust coming out of the mill, you stop the mill and replace the liner plate. The balls are about 40% of the volume inside the mill. If you go above the center line, they sort of pinwheel and are not very efficient. The material is ground, goes through the mill, goes up an elevator into a separator system, and the separator system takes the fine material and pumps it to the homogenizing silo. The coarse material goes back to the mill for regrinding. We're going to walk over and show you the Fuller Kenyon pump, which transports the raw material in a fine state about 1/4 of a mile. Presently, we're at the homogenizing silos, and this is where the raw feed has been pumped to. The homogenizing silos hold around 3,600 tons of raw feed in the powdered form. As I mentioned before, about 30% of our fuel is by using scrap tires. Each tire contains approximately 2 gallons of oil, and it's a very clean burning fuel. As one tire goes in the kiln, another one on the merry-go-round is pushed off onto the belt and weighed. There's a man downstairs that every time a vacant hook comes around, he places a tire on the hook. There's a constant supply of tires. We burn approximately, I believe, 2 to 3 million tires per year. And according to the weight of the tire, because it's weighed, it will be how many go in. Presently, we're looking at the preheater tower. The feed is coming through the preheater tower to the 4th stage. The tires were introduced in the 3rd stage. I forgot to mention that the tire cords, the steel cords, enable us to put less iron in the mix if we need iron. So it's a savings there also for us, a positive for the environment and us. As the material comes into the kiln, it's about 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit. The kiln is nothing more than a tube in which it's got refractory brick on the inside to protect it from the intense heat. The material will work its way front because the kiln is inclined about 3/8 of an inch per foot. So as the kiln turns, the raw material will gradually work its way front. The kiln is the largest piece of moving machinery in the world. Some of them are over 600 feet long. This one is only 150 foot long, but because of the preheater tower, we were able to chop off the last maybe 200 to 300 feet because we're putting the feed in already prepared at 1,600. Each truck holds about 25 tons of cement. He'll pull into the lane that's designated. A telescoping chute will come down into his hatch and drop the cement into his truck. It takes about 3 minutes to load 25 tons. You can see the spout now lowered into the truck. The cement is being loaded into the truck now. Thank you very much for coming here today. And I guess if there's 2 things that I hope that you've learned is that cement is not something that you walk on. It's not something that you drive on. That's concrete. Cement is a powder that you mix with water to make a paste to glue sand and stone together. And about 12% of concrete is cement. Again, thank you for coming. I do want to tell you one other thing that probably you don't realize, that this year there will be over 100 million tons of Portland cement manufactured and used in the United States. And that means that every man, woman, and child in the United States has consumed approximately 8,000 pounds of concrete. The only other substance that's used that much is potable water. So it's a very, very large part of all our lives, and I hope now that you realize that when you walk down a concrete pavement or drive down a concrete runway or a driveway or a road, you'll realize that you know how this product is made, and we hope that you've enjoyed this program. Thank you.